Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, a warm welcome to you. Anyways, so I am currently prepping for my birthday tomorrow, and for my birthday I decided that I wanted to do a boudoir photo shoot. Ryan was like, I am not having it, nobody's going to be taking those pictures. So I said, okay, then you're going to take them. You're going to take them. So he agreed. Now I have this. Let me take it out. I think it's like they call it a box light. And I also have my handy dandy camera. So this is what we're okay. You can see that it hasn't been used for a while. It's all dusty. So this is what we're going to be using today. This is a camera that we will be working with tomorrow or Wednesday. So tomorrow is my birthday, Tuesday. Ryan is off Wednesday. So this is the camera that we'll be working with, I think, for Wednesday. So I'm just taking these out and doing a quick charge. Then I also have this lens that I really use. I use it when I go outside. But yeah, that's what happens when you have a job that kind of sucks all your creativity out of you. It's like you don't find time to do all the things that you actually love doing. You have to be very intentional. And also you can be intentional and then run yourself into burnout trying to do the things you love. So it's best to find a job. I'm talking to myself, I'm giving myself a lecture. It's best to find a job that actually has work-life balance, and don't just state that they do have work-life balance, because they can state that in the description, and then when you get there you realize that if you want the work-life balance, you might have to work even harder or hustle a little bit harder to get that. And even when you hustle a little bit harder, it doesn't mean that you'll get it. So yeah, I am going to be using this camera, and we're gonna see how everything goes. I got a mount for it. I also got some I think it's an attachment for the lens to kind of block out lights and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna put this to charge. I'm going to take all of this downstairs because we're going to be using the gym area for this. So I'm going to put this to charge and just bring everything downstairs. A few of the items that I ordered from Amazon is coming in, and then I'm also going to go to the library to get a photography book, because I wanted to adjust some of the settings. I don't want to use auto, so I'm going to adjust some of the settings on the camera. So I'm kind of excited for that. I'm going to be working on that today. I was going to head directly to the library, but it doesn't open until 9 a.m. I went to the one in Groveland for the book that I was looking for, and it was not there. And I don't want to use an ebook. I like a physical book. I want to spin the pages. So I am going to head to Claremont. So I looked on the website to see what type of books they had, and I saw 3 that I was interested in getting. So I'm going to go to Claremont Library. I think it's Cooper Memorial, something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the library that I'm going to be going today to get the books. Groveland could get the books, like they could order it for it to be delivered and I'll just go and pick it up, but I didn't want to wait for that. So we are going to go a little later, so I'm going to go home and have breakfast with Ryan. I think right now he's prepping dinner, so we're going to go home for that. All right, traffic. When we did move up here, like we always talk about this, like when we moved here we could just through, and now it's like with all these new developments, but there is so many houses being built, so many new communities, but I think it's like but not more roads. So I am seeing a change in the traffic. And we were talking about this the other day, like I don't know how we're gonna survive if they don't start like creating other roads or something, because this is a lot. This is a lot. So yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Alright, let me go home and have some breakfast with Ryan.
What happened in the library?
I go collect one photography book. Photography.
This library, one I grew up on this arcade.
It's one in a clear mud. Oh wow. Cheapest one is $251. IKEA Picanto.
Yeah, that is.
Everything else is like $600.
It's okay. You know that car?
Recommended for me is the Honda CRV.
I not drive that.
Why?
Oh, I not drive when we go to Jamaica. As in when me in Jamaica, I not drive that. You choose one different something. Choose one different car place or whatever, but when they are too hectic.
Why this again? And we'll leave Jamaica in the morning.
No? At 4 o'clock we are reach here, so we so we are reach I leave early. Yeah, leave about if we fly it about I don't know. Fly it at about 11 something. When you can leave work by 8 o'clock.
Toyota Corolla,
How much we have?
$294.
Okay, and
Toyota Yaris, $234.
For the 5 days? 6 days?
Let's see.
6
Let's
days,
do
no?
pick up 415 by 2:30, and then drop off at Sanchez International Airport, Mobile at 9 a.m. So
No, not like the last time. Because you can choose Hyundai, you know, when you go there, like the last time, remember said, I never that way you choose.
it's a Hyundai Creta,
How much?
$444.
I can look for some car, please. I mean, I drive my SUV at Jamaica.
So Ryan and I just booked our rental vehicle for Jamaica. The last time, who did you go with?
I remember I knew man this year.
I think we did go with Pierre.
Yeah, no.
Pierre. It was a Pierre something. But
And a PLS. A PLS?
Payless. So we did go with Payless the last time, and honestly, you get what you pay for, because it was cheaper, and we was, you know, whatever, cheaper. The customer service, the only people who did nice to we are the people them where they did at the office when we are checking, and
The man takes so long to forward. You remember? The
Yeah.
man saying they're on the corner, we did there over half an hour.
about half an hour. I mean, sun hot, you know. I know how the airport busy, and it was just not a nice experience. So this time we are going with Island Car Rentals, and we're gonna see how that go, because we went with Avis before. The problem we had with Avis is that the car that we had reserved was not the car that we got, and then on top of that, the car did bang up. Like,
These and both of the vehicles, they look good from the outside, but when you start driving,
when you start drive, it sound,
the vehicle sound done out.
yeah, like, I don't know.
With some whole for 100,000 mileage.
But I guess you get kind of, it's like a sense where you get what you pay for. So it's like,
because it's same money for the new vehicle.
Ah, true.
Just that then give it older vehicle.
then give it older vehicles. So then the bang up, it did bang up. Anyways, so we are going with Island Car Rentals, and we're gonna see how that go. We're gonna tell you how it go. Make a video it as always and tell you how it go. So you will see that in another vlog later on this month. Yes, later on this month. So now this is the second part of my breakfast, and I'm going to be eating it with the Polynesian sauce. Oh.
But it doesn't have to be an umbrella, it could be a small soft box, it could be another grilling box, whatever it is. But really,
Well, shake your head of disapproval while you're over there drink ramen.
Yes.
Okay.
Mila, he's got an amazing red bodysuit on, and against the white, and obviously with a church with a window, I think they'll kind of produce some really kind of great images.
Well,
Actually, there's a bit no because I dinner.
We're working through a flow for you to even if I was at 100 ISO. Okay.
I'm first me I give for again.
no, but just go.
A cable directly in.
By the way, today is such a beautiful day. Like the sun is out. I don't know why my glasses feel like it a cock off. Anyways, the sun is out and it is 76 degrees Fahrenheit, and it is feeling so good. I don't know if I eclipse. I don't know if I the pre-eclipse feeling or the pre-eclipse mood. So heading to the library to see if I could get some books. Because of the time I already used up my 2 hours per social media apps. So I am going to be using the rest of the day to learn a little bit more. I was watching some TikTok videos about photography tips and tricks, and then also how to edit black and white videos, and then also looking at examples of certain shoots, which is some of my pictures that I want to take for my birthday. I want them to be faceless. So I'm going to see how this turns out. Most of the equipment already got delivered, so when I get home I'm going to start setting up the area. I'm going to also stop and get, for some reason I don't know, I'm not one white sheet. I don't own no white sheet. But yeah, me have to go get white sheets for put in a way. Me have to go get white sheet for put on the bed and something. So I'm gonna say, not on the bed but on the couch. I think I'm going to use a part of my couch set to set up that area, and then kind of see how that all works out. We'll see. It's coming together. It's going to come together. I have positive thoughts. And then also working on our future plans, which is going to be 2025 plans that we have to initiate next year. So I have a good feeling that everything that is happening right now needs to happen, because it's going to drive me into the direction that I need to go. So, you know, I started therapy when I got my job, the job that I got this year. I started therapy during that job because it's like I was thinking about the fact that I don't know why I'm constantly leaving these jobs. Like, why am I so easily frustrated with dealing with people, or when people do something that I don't like, why am I so quick to cut them off? Or if they lie on me, instead of talking to them about the lie, I'm just like, okay, I'm going to just distance myself from you, you know. So I'm too quick to cut off people, and I was thinking that's the issue, why I keep changing jobs. And I was like, maybe the job is not the problem, maybe I am the problem. That is what I kept saying. Maybe me are the problem. Maybe me need to figure out what is wrong with me, why me can't stay at one job. You know, like, even though it's soul sucking, a lot of people out here have soul sucking jobs, and then they're in jobs. So why me can't stay at the soul sucking job? Why me can't just stay, endure the bullshit and keep it pushing? Why me? Right? So I started therapy to figure that out, and then after doing a few exercises and a few of our meetings and stuff, we did this thing where I think it was like an assessment, and it basically shows that I have a mood disorder, but because she's a therapist, she can't diagnosed, so I would have to speak to a psychiatrist. So I know that I can be moody, and especially when it comes on to like closer to my period, my moods are worse, right? Like I really like little things just kind of cause a little switch. So I was like, okay, all right, now that I know this, right, how can I work on it? Because one thing I don't want to do is go on any medication. Like I don't want to be taking medication. It's not like it is affecting my life to where I'm crippled, or not crippled, but like mentally crippled. It's not like I am unable to what may I call it, why the word can't come to me, like me can't figure out that something is wrong and me try to fix it, right? Or me put certain things in place to get it fixed. So I decided that I'm going to start taking vitamins. So I read up or researched some vitamins that help with moods and energy and like focus. So some of those vitamins, honestly, TikTok is clutch, because some of those vitamins that I was researching, a lot of people were doing reviews on TikTok about them. So I was like, okay. So I decided to get 2 because I didn't want to overdo it. So I got 2 specific ones that I like that people are getting results on. And I also went ahead and got a multivitamin and a multi-mineral, which is both liquids that I'm also using. So I use one for the day and one, the multi-mineral, I use it in the night, and I no longer take melatonin. So I used to take melatonin to sleep, but because my body was getting used to melatonin, I started to feel what may I say, like me need to increase like the melatonin, and then me never want to go on nothing strong for sleep, because me feel like you're supposed to naturally fall asleep and you're supposed to naturally wake up. Me no need to drink coffee or whatever for, you know, wake up and then I take medication for sleep. When me did I live and work at Jamaica, me didn't do something here. So in my mind, yes, being on night shift can affect it, but me feel as if like over time, me feel like as time pass, as time go on, and me I work over here and stuff, me kind of start to understand that the stress level is like, right? Me want chill and just enjoy work and enjoy my life, but you know, I think they have, but me that say, they have normalized stress so much that they even put it in your job description, like be able to work in a highly stressful environment. Like me no want that. Me no. Why is it highly stressful? Yes, things change and situations change, but why we have to approach it with stress? Yes, you should be able to work under certain pressure, but the pressure not have to be to the point of stress, to the point where you have people get all of these autoimmune diseases and all of these you have to depend on all of these mood stabilizers and antidepressants, and me not think so. Me not think so. So, and then me have somewhere else to compare it to, because me did a work and live at Jamaica. And when me think about when me did a live at Jamaica, and me did live in a Mona, and me did rent from this lady when named Miss Folks. And Miss Folks did basically rent some matches box. I did matches box on top of matches box. I did one room, and the one room had your bathroom. It had your little closet area, had your little kitchenette, have your little fridge with your kitchenette with your fridge, and your bedroom. Everything was in one. Sometimes me da walk go work. Sometimes I would walk to work from over Mona, go over UA. Me used to walk to work. And then sometimes when me feel lazy, me go take one taxi and the taxi would have charged you like $100. At that time, the taxi charged me $100 from Mona to go into the taxi charged me $100 from Mona to go over UE. And mind you, I never stress, right? Of course, you did have some dirty mind nurse or some nurses where just no know how to act or them power struggle or power this or power that, whatever. I don't work there no more, but like you did have them type of nurses there, and you did also have the nurses that were just there to do their job and go home, which me did love their nurse there. Cause you know, we not come to work to argue with people, we not come to work to find problems with people. Like we just come to do work and we go home, right? And me never that stressed at Jamaica, because you see one thing when me did like about Jamaica, you see if somebody don't like you, you know. And you can coexist in the working space. You can coexist, do what you need to do. You can coexist, do what you need to do, and when you walk through the gates, or you give a report and you walk through half of your ward, you're not personally not talking, right? Over here, them not like you and they skin up in your face and laugh to you. Laugh. Oh my God, yes, da da da. And meanwhile, then they try plan how to sabotage you. Like they're not gonna affect the patient. You get what me say? So, me look pan you and me say, boy, a mind game. Over here is a lot of mind game, and I think that also adds to the stress as well. There is too much mind game, and too much people are try for sabotage people, or you have nurses where they just see you and they not like you, and then decide to them are gonna make your life a living hell. Like then wake up every morning and come at work just to make you uncomfortable. Cause me hear the story them, and me did experience my own story. Me did have my own story from living and working in Oklahoma. So me have my story, and me hear other people's story, and it come to my mind to say, you know, sometimes when you hear that the saying we say the grass is always green on the other side, you remember why the grass green, because manure shit, right? You have to deal with and put up with a lot of shit in order to kind of create that greenness, right? So yeah, I think about a lot of that, and I think maybe constantly comparing my life back home and here also add to that. So you know, me still have to realize, say, you can't sit down every day and compare. This is your life, this is where you are at right now, and if you don't have a plan for that sudden change, just try to work on how you're going to cope with it. So right now I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to cope with it, because home health did not work out, because when they say there's a few issues I had with home health. The biggest one was intake. I don't think when intake get the referral or they get the names for the patient, I don't think anybody really call the patient and be like, we got a referral for blah 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 and we're looking to admit you to blah blah blah. When, you know, are you going to be available? Just you don't have to schedule no time, no date when you go to the person, but kind of have an idea when they're going to be available. Because when you go into home health, right, and you are the nurse in the field and you get a patient on your list and you're calling the patient and the patient not answer, and you leave one voicemail and the patient still not call you back, and you call the office and the office will try to call them, and if they do answer, meaning if maybe our number come up like it's like what you call it, like telemarketer number, because you get a cell phone for work. Maybe if they come up like a telemarketer number, they don't answer, but they will answer the phone for the office. So they will answer and they'll be like, oh, my husband is still in the hospital. Oh, my wife is still in the hospital. Oh, my brother, my sister, my uncle, my cousin is still in the hospital. So when you get the referral and you give it to the nurse, and the nurse now have that patient on their schedule, and you lose that patient, I think about time. So when we are there calling the patients, and you put in this and you put in that, and you try to plan out your day of how you're going to do your visits, and now you have a patient that you have lost because the patient's still in the hospital, to me that should have been cleared up before the name even was given to the nurse. Before the name was given to the nurse, clear up if the patient in a hospital, clear up if the patient is working with another company. And I think they don't want to clear up the part about the patient working with another company, because it's like, I get a vibe like it's a race to see which company are going at the house first. I don't know, that's how vibe me get. Because one time I went in to do an admission, and the patient, I went in to do an admission, and I asked the patient, you know, are you working with any other home health services, or when last has home health services been in your home? She had a home health service in her home. It's just that the home health service was only providing a certain discipline, but the discipline was not nursing. So therefore her understanding was just to say no. And you know, me can't bash her feet, you know, she not know. So she's like, no, right? So you know, you're continuing your interview, and you're doing your interview, you do your due diligence, and then all of a sudden you do your due diligence, and then all of a sudden the patient say, well, I don't know what time you're going to plan to come tomorrow, but this discipline is going to be here tomorrow. So remember, say me I do admission, you know, and normally when the nurse do the admission, there is, you know, you do the admission and then the other disciplines will come in. Or I can see on my thing if a discipline had already come into the home. So I look on the calendar and I say, so there's no discipline will come into the home. So I wonder which discipline she had. So I say, okay, what's the name of the company? So she tell me one different home health company. Now this visit is a non-billable visit, right? After you've spent like roughly 45 minutes to an hour in the home finishing up and, you know, getting all the information, putting it in a computer, all that documentation that you do is to naught. It's to naught. That is, it's just gone. You know, you can't bill for it. You cannot bill for it, right? Or situations where you have patients that, you know, you have wound care, and you know the patient go to a wound care clinic, they change the orders for certain things. 2 people go there to the visit prior to you going there, and when you go there they didn't order supplies. They didn't order supplies, so no, you don't have the supplies. I know you have to reach out to one doctor, which is not the easiest thing to get in contact with. Yeah, try reach out to the doctor now if you get orders for use what you kind of have, or the supplies you have for the wound, because you not know supplies in the home, because maybe the patient never know, or the person overlook the that the patient did run low on supplies, especially when it's a daily dressing. Again, time consuming, because it's not like your patients are in one building and you're going from point A to point B in the building. You are legit going, driving. For my case, I was driving, the highest I've driven is an hour and 12 minutes apart for my patients. An hour and 12 minutes, or you're driving 45 minutes or 30 something minutes or 20 something minutes, because my patients weren't always close to each other. So you think about all of those things as well. Like, that not easy. That not easy. That not easy for nobody. That not easy for nobody. Especially when you want to do what you need to do and then finish up so you can go home. And when you drive those long commutes, you have to remember, so you still have to come home and document. So yeah, you can leave out. You can leave. Oh, Cooper Memorial Library. So I was right. Anyways, so you can imagine you leave out for go a one patient that is going to be a couple distance from you, say like 30-35 minutes, whatever, and you leave out from say 7:30 to reach your patient after 8, and you start that visit. It is not a controlled environment. So when you go into somebody's house, there's so many other things that can be going on, whether it be health issues or whether it be health issues, or they have family stuff going on, or you know, there's a family member that is there that want clarification about things, and sometimes you can't answer everything. You have to just deviate them to the office, which is okay. But I'm just saying the part where it is not controlled, so therefore sometimes things are happening that you can't just get up and just leave. You can't just walk out of the house and the person have issues or they don't understand something. You can't just dip. Well, to me personally, me couldn't just dip knowing say the patient not understand something or whatever. I will try my best. I'm not gonna stay there the whole night, but I will try my best. And then if I realize okay, time ago I need to leave, I would call the office and ask for another visit, like a PRN visit or a second visit, whatever it may be, for them to come in and do something additional. But again, those things are time consuming, right? So sometimes I look on it and I say, all right, I finish work 3 o'clock, I not eat no lunch, I not pee. If I did one poo, I did a hold it up so I could even stop for poo. That's not healthy. I can't carry water in my car, I can't carry juice in my car, and sometimes you just a sip and a drive and a sip and a go. Sometimes you drive, you go between visits, you get multiple calls or multiple messages about things where you need to look over, things where you need to review, things where this, things where that. Mind you, you work 5 days a week salaried. You don't get a day in the week for you to do any form of case management. So you're not able to keep up with certain follow-ups that you would like to keep up with, right? So to me, if they had scheduled like a day, I would understand, but they didn't schedule a day or something for people to kind of, you know, take a day and get their documentation done and get certain things done. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy alright. So I got very stressed and very overwhelmed very quickly, and I decided that, you know, it's not going to work out, because I will find myself leaving home at 7:30 or 8 o'clock, and I get home after 3, after 4, and me have to document. And when I say document, I mean it's so extensive. Home health documentation is crazy, but it is very extensive. And then you have to do all of that documentation, and then you find yourself a document up until like 10 o'clock at night, because sometimes you have to stop. I have a daughter, so I have to stop and take care of her needs. And then on top of taking care of her needs, which sometimes don't take long, I would time myself like, okay, 30 minutes, 35 minutes. I would time myself and be like, okay, me go do this in an hour, me do this in a 40 minutes, and me time myself so she can be covered, and me set her up with her snacks and stuff. But it started to reach sometimes when she started telling me, say, Mommy, you're always on your laptop. Mommy, you're not playing with me anymore. Or Mommy, can we go outside? You're always answering calls, or you're always documenting. No, not documenting. You're always on the computer. And then some of that just start playing on my mind, like, because I know Ryan work night shifts. So Ryan sleeping at the day, and always up, or he's not home when I am documenting, if you kind of take over and do certain things. So she is now feeling a little bit of loneliness, and me start to feel that mom guilt. Then me start to try to carry my laptop with me, like carry her somewhere and carry the laptop with me, so I can document while she's playing and stuff, but she still wants me to be present, and because I'm documenting, I'm unable to be present, and that play on my mind too. Other dilemmas created other things, but I'm not going to be on here whining, because me whine too much. I think me complain too much. I am a complainer. I start to realize that I learned that in a therapy, and that I am also passive aggressive. I'm not loudly passive aggressive, I'm silent with it. That is not healthy as well, so I'm working on that. So long and short of it, I could not do that job anymore. I was stressed to the point where I was about to pass out. I was going through this whole dilemma of mom guilt, overworked. I am salaried, so I was thinking about the fact that I'm working these late nights trying to document. The latest I went to documentation was to 12 midnight, and that did stress me out too. That did stress me out bad. And me did I think about it, like imagine me start work from 7:30 and 12 midnight me still did a document. It was crazy, because one of the patients was just very difficult. Not difficult, but they had a lot of educational barriers, and to the point where the patient did just definitely not need to be discharged, but I digress. But you think about all of these different things, and it play on your mind, and how you try to cope with this, or how you try to do this, or how you try to do that. Like it too much mind games. It was too much mind games, and I think that is where my breaking point was, and I decided I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to stress myself anymore. I'm going to just leave the job. So I left the job, and I think one of my friends was kind of helping me out with tips about getting a remote job, and I am going through that process if this is what I want to do, because I don't want to choose something that I don't want to do and then end up leaving again. We can't keep on that roller coaster of getting a job, leaving a job, getting a job, leaving a job. Most times, yes, some of these environments are definitely messed up. Some of these supervisors are just winging it, or some of these managers are just winging it, and some of them just legit don't care. Then just come and work and them do the bare minimum, which, if that's what they want to do, that's their thing. But for me, if you're going to be a manager or you're going to be a supervisor and you're giving me bare minimum energy, that's not somewhere I want to be for too long. So I think I excelled as a contract worker or a PRN worker, so my focus may go back into like going into an institution, but more on the PRN level and not full-time. Because I actually want to be present for my child. I really want to be there for her, and I think even now more than ever, when she is aware of certain things, is when I definitely need to be a part of her life. But yeah, me there chat. Me need to go in at the library, go get my photography books, and so I can make it in time to pick up Azalea. So yeah. So I found the 2 books that I will be taking, and it's going to be visual photography all-in-one for dummies and digital photography through the year, because I like this one because it has like the ISO, and it also have like camera mode sensor film, lens setting, and whether you need flash or not. So I'm going to be taking that one, and I'm going to look if I find another book. Okay, I got my tea mont baba. I got the passion fruit with the lychee. Added these little things down here are lychee. Quickly before I end this video, I'm going to show you the books that I got. So I got this one, She Bills, the anti-hustle, heavy on the anti-hustle guide to grow your business and nourish your life. That's one of the books. And then digital photography, that digital photography through the year. Can't realize that I can't talk. And then I got starting and building a nonprofit, a practical guide. So these are the books that I would be working with for the next weeks. And I'm going to head and pick up Azalea. So have a wonderful, wonderful day.